good afternoon. Welcome to Cruising with the Ryans. Today, we're very excited to have our cruise director on the Mariner of the Seas, Marc Walker, with us.
Woo!
Yay! Thank you, Marc, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for inviting me on the show. This is quite an honor.
Well, we just had fun watching the Love and Marriage Dame
Great.
show.
Oh.
They were
They
hysterical.
were, because you never really know what you're going to get on stage or who you're going to get on stage.
No.
It's hit and miss sometimes, but they were all three couples, just
They
amazing
were a
answers.
lot of fun.
Great
and
personalities.
that's probably one of the fun things that you get to do
Yes,
in
it
your
is.
job.
It is.
You have how many people that you are responsible for on a
I have
cruise ship?
150 crew members, and
Wow.
then of course we've got the guests, who I'm not solely responsible for, but I'm there to make sure they have a great time and have good memories to go back with. Have you had a great time this cruise?
Oh, of course.
There we go.
Of course.
Makes me happy.
And we're probably having a better time. I don't know, sometimes being on this ship that's a little smaller
Yeah.
is a little more intimate and you just get to know people a little better.
I agree, and I'm out there a lot more than I would be on the bigger ships because I have less office work to do.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't know
Because
the
you
cruise
can,
director.
yeah.
A
What
lot of
else
people,
do you do?
Well, yes, a lot of people don't realize a cruise director doesn't just say hello to people and host shows. We do 50% of our job is behind the scenes. It's office work, administration, scheduling, budgeting, troubleshooting. If we have a show go down, Marc to the rescue with my team to try and, get another show lined up. And it happened last night.
It happened last night,
Yeah,
and that was the most awesome show.
It was, but they were amazing. Yes.
They put together a show because some of the people that were going to perform were unable to, and they put it together in an afternoon, and it was outstanding.
It was. I was
the
so proud of
singers were just amazing. The dancers even came out and did sort of an intermission in between some of the songs,
Yeah.
and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
It was really a tribute to the people who are the performers on
I
the cruise
agree,
ship,
and I'm glad
because
you
it's
came
so
to that show
amazing.
because
Yeah.
sometimes people
We
won't
are
come
too.
if you change a show. A lot of people don't come, and those who did, you saw the standing ovation, and you're part of that. And
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
tingles backstage
Sure, I
with
get
Donna's
that,
voice and
yeah.
Nico's voice and the
Oh,
orchestration.
They
So,
just meld together.
yeah, and this is why I
perfectly.
love my job because we always have to expect the unexpected, and there's not one cruise that goes by where something doesn't happen. Hopefully, most of the time you don't realize
Not
it's
that,
happened.
right, yeah.
Our job is to cover it well. But last night we had to come clean and go, yeah, we don't have the same show. But
Yeah,
I think I did an amazing
but
job.
it's okay
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you do what you have to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you get started to be a cruise director?
I was
what
a-
was your previous employment and how did you get to where you are now?
So I started in the late 80s as a DJ when I was 17.
Where?
In England.
In England.
Then I got a job in United Arab Emirates, hard word to say, when I was 20 as a DJ. I was opening up new hotels in Dubai. Dubai now is totally different to when it was 30 years
Yeah,
ago.
I bet,
But it was
yeah.
just kicking off back then, and I was honored to go there. Then I got a job on car ferries, because in England and Europe it's hard to get constant work because
Yeah.
the population's smaller, there's not as much work going, plus it's seasonal in England. So I came back from Dubai, because I did miss England, I'll be honest. I was too young to go away for too long.
To stay.
So I worked for the car ferries as a DJ. Didn't like it at the time. The season, North Sea ferries, they're like this every night. So I met someone who was a juggler, an English gentleman. He said, you should become a DJ at Royal Caribbean. This was in 1994. I'd
this was
never
a
heard.
juggler
Yes,
who
a
told you
juggler.
this.
And I'd never heard of Royal Caribbean. Because back then there was no
was
internet
that,
back then. It's brochures and the travel agents. So I did some research. I had an interview in London a year later for the position as a DJ, and they offered me cruise staff, which is equivalent to a
kind of
DJ, not quite the same.
preliminary
But it's
sort of
hosting
thing,
events,
yeah.
it's standing on the gangway, it's calling bingo. I thought, I'll give it a go for 6 months.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and now 26 years later, here I am as cruise director. You progress through the
Awesome.
ranks.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. And a lot of people who work with Royal Caribbean for all these years have done the very same thing, including, people that we have met over the
Mm-hmm.
years. And it's just so amazing. So now you're doing this, and you can tell by the way Marc behaves that he really, really enjoys what he does. Because when you're passionate about what you do, it shows, and it really does show with you.
Thank you.
So I'm wondering, when the time comes that you think you've had enough of this, what do you think the next step is for you?
Oh, I've always wanted
You
to.
want to learn how to be a bridge person and
No,
and
my
learn how to
yeah.
navigate?
I'm 51 now. No, I couldn't be navigation. That takes decades of training. I would leave the cruise industry if I decide to give up this.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to another job in the same industry. It wouldn't quite be the same.
Of course not, yeah.
I've always wanted to own my own franchise business, coffee shop or a frozen yogurt shop, something kind of
Something, yeah,
something
like a little more relaxed.
yeah. Obviously owning your own business is hard work. Don't get me wrong, but we're used to working 14 hours a day here.
Yeah, so
it'll be a
it's no
different kind of,
different,
be a different kind of physical. But I've always wanted to just go home at the end of the night. I miss going home. I miss not seeing my kids.
Yeah,
So
now
definitely.
they're coming on board
Yeah.
though. You're going to be on vacation soon
Yes,
with
they're
them?
coming in a
Yeah.
few days. So, the future, I'm here for now. And every year, I think everybody on a ship plans to do it for 1 or 2 more years. I'm still here after 26 years, and I don't plan on going away yet. But if something comes up, if I can see the kids more, the opportunity is always there.
That's great. How many different Royal Caribbean ships have you been on?
Most of them have now retired from the fleet, but
Yeah.
probably about 30 ships over
Which
there.
was your first one?
Viking Serenade.
The Serenade.
Out
Our
to-
first was the Nordic Prince. Yeah.
That's before the Viking Serenade.
Yeah.
I mean,
1980,
cruises,
yeah.
today's crews have never heard of those ships.
No,
Yeah.
definitely
Well, they were
not.
beautiful. They're classic. They were small ships. Everyone knew it was 100 crew members, 200 guests. It was very different those days.
It really, really was. So
Yeah.
Viking Serenade, and then what else?
Then I went to the Splendor. I opened up the Splendor when she was brand new in 1997. And I came back to Viking Serenade as assistant cruise director. Then I went to the Sovereign. John Blair and Katrina Blair were my cruise director and assistant. That was in 1998. Then I went to the Vision and Rhapsody when they were brand new. I mean, all these ships are still, some of these ships are still around 25
Yeah.
years
Oh, yeah,
later.
Vision.
Then I became cruise director in the year 2000 on the Rhapsody out of Hawaii. And it's going to be temporary. All these promotions are temporary. And never stepped back down. I stayed as cruise director ever since.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
what ship were you on right before this one?
Allure last year.
Allure.
Yes,
Okay.
I opened her up after the shutdown.
After
Yes.
the shutdown.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super, super duper. Well, I don't want to spend
No,
all
it's a
day
pleasure talking to you.
making you
Not at all.
work for us.
I'm
When you're-
gonna click on this. I'm gonna click on this.
Well, you're going to get one of our cards, and there's a few things that we always say, and we say thank you so very much for taking time to be on our YouTube channel, Cruising with the Ryans, and then we ask if you would just say to the camera that you should subscribe, to the people. Please subscribe,
Please subscribe to Cruising with the Ryans.
and that's Mark Walker. And I think I have a video somewhere where you did a shout out to us. I'm gonna look on my phone.
Yeah, you should put it on
to
there. That'd be
see
great, yeah.
to see if I can find it.
I
and
probably
I'll
had
show
more
it
hair,
to you.
more hair back then.
Long time ago,
Potentially,
yes.
potentially.
This year's been the year of the thinning hair. I look very different than I did even a year ago. I'm trying to keep it,
Yeah, it's okay.
I know
Yeah,
what you
product
mean.
that you can put in there
It's
for
75 minus going.
Thank you very
that.
much.
Okay,
for
well,
having
thank
me
you
on the
so
show.
much. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
No,
Thank you,
appreciate
Mark.
it so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bing bong.
Big Bong.
There,
Perfect.
that was,
I love
that was
that.
important.
Hello, everybody.
And
Of course you
remember,
can.
smooth sailing to everyone and have great vacations.